What is going on, my baboon brothers, my simian sisters? Deejus here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we're bringing back the NUTTY lower level series. It's been a while, but this one is truly nuts. There's some mind-boggling plays happening here, but we're going to learn from it. Anyway, this was a user-submitted game. You too, by the way, can get your games reviewed by sending your weirdest, gnarliest, nuttiest games to Deejusproductions at gmo.com. It has to meet a bunch of qualifications, and you can find the details in the more info section below this video. Anyway, this game took place on the map Wharf to Wilds, one of the oldest games in all of Advanced Wars by Web. It's been around a long time. It's honestly a great map. It's a lower income map, 19k per side. The thing about it is a 2 base map, so it's a base light map. You're not going to have as many units. Copters are typically more prevalent in 2 base maps because you want to up your unit count to compensate for the lack of a 3rd base. So usually when you see a map like this, you're going to see a lot more copters, which means the COs that are more copter-centric do better. Meanwhile, the worst copter COs are not seen as much. That is why we see Sammy versus Andy. This was a tier 3 matchup. So Sammy was dropped down a tier from tier 2 because there's less bases. Her infantry aren't as good when there's not as many of them, so she's not as good here. Meanwhile, Andy is very good on this map because his copters are very good. Why are Andy copters good? Because usually copter on copter violence doesn't result in the death of a copter. So you take a 9, your copter attacks them, you knock them down to 4, they knock you down to 7, you hyper repair your copter, it's as good as new. Only an anti-air will one-shot a copter typically. So Andy is very good on this map. I would definitely pick Andy over Sammy in a tier 3 matchup. Probably Andy's the best CO for tier 3 on this map. Probably better than Lash, better than Rachel, but in all of them, I'd pick Andy here. Anyway, what is notable about this map? Well, the middle is fool's gold. There's no real contested properties here. All the contested properties are in this little corner area over here. The most contested properties, this property, and maybe just maybe this little guy over here. So these 2 properties are the most contested, and a little bit on the island over there as well. Because it takes a while for this base to go over there and reinforce. Meanwhile, this base can go and reinforce in about the same period of time. So you're going to have a lot of battles going on over here. You will have the airport over here as blue at the bottom. So you will have more air support. So typically, blue will eventually overcome adversity and win this side over here, or push back at least a little bit. So this could be considered a strong side-ish sort of map, just because of the copter spam, which could be real. But overall, you make of it what you will. We got a very, very, very safe HQ and comm tower. That's not a concern at all. But it's a pretty straightforward map, honestly. Nothing too wonky about it. There's a lot of mountains, so copters are very good weaving in and out of the mountains. There's sea tiles blocking the way, mountains blocking the way, pipe scenes. Copters are really overpowered on this map. I'm not going to lie. You bring a copter out here, put it right here. You're like, oh, he's going to go this way. Copter can just go through this little river over there. You can go over the mountains. It is so easy to shift and avoid anti-air with copters that they are just the best unit on this map. Air units are just overpowered almost on this map. That's why the meta on this map is not to capture this property over here first. It's to rush to the airport, capture it as soon as possible. Not only do you get the airport online very quickly to reinforce this base over here with like a copter, chain. Look at this godly chain over here. Capture, then you capture this, then you capture this, then you oh, actually even better. Capture, 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 capture. 5 captures in a row. That is almost unheard of in Advanced Wars. So, rush that airport. I know it sucks going 1 turn here, 2 turn here, 3 turn here to capture a property, but trust me, it's worth it. Anyway, both these players are 700 level players. They're below average. I love them to death. Don't get me wrong. Everyone starts at this... No, okay, not everyone starts at this point. A lot of people start down to this point, and they slowly get better. So we're not here to judge. We're here to learn from the mistakes. So we're going to be taking a very... I'm going to be not too critical. I'm going to be very constructive criticism here. So anyway, starting at the top, the monkeys, aptly the monkeys at the top, we got J Muns. And then at the bottom, in the Sammy Blobbers, we have Talk Guy. Some of you guys have probably seen these guys. They play pretty frequently. So he seems to know the meta. Talk Guy, 700 level player. He knows the meta. Rush the airport. Same with J Muns. These guys, when you see a 700 level player, I always say, they don't always play terribly. They have some brilliant moves and some baboon brain moves, and it evens out to a 700 level. Not everything is so, oh, there's just a bad move after bad move after bad move. No, no, no. There's bits of genius in there, trust me. So they know what they're doing with the opening. I would say over here, though, is J-Muns, go for this forward property, not this back property. I know it seems like a nice little chain-ish sort of scenario, but you want to capture this and put pressure on these contested properties as soon as possible. So by positioning your infantry in the front to more contestable properties is better than these safe properties in the back, which are guaranteed to be yours. So just a little nitpick there. I also... going for this property rather than this property is a little dubious. Like I said, this is not contestable. This is going to be the baboons over here. This is going to be the baboons. These are both going to be blues. Fighting over these properties, this just doesn't make any sense. It's way too easy of a reinforce. You never want to fight for these properties, really. And if you win one of your opponent's properties like that, they've already lost regardless. Just don't do it. Fight for the contested properties on the side. So everything seems pretty normal so far. Don't like this. Not only does he skip a property here, but if he goes for this property, blue will be able to interrupt with Sammy. So he's just kind of inviting an attack here. Also, he could have gone 1, 2, 3 and capture this in 2 turns, but instead he went on the mountain where he can't capture any. He could have captured this by now. He needs to look at J-Muns. I recommend you looking at the movement availability of your units, not just putting it in the highest level terrain. So already far behind. The recon over here, I don't hate it, honestly. You can bring a recon over here, follow it up with like an anti-air or something for the inevitable copter. Not terrible. There's a bunch of roads. You can start to interrupt these properties with the recon. I don't hate it. Also, Talk Guy cannot afford a tank at this point, so it's pretty good. I mean, a recon when there's no tanks around is pretty overpowered, so I don't hate the recon. I really don't like the infantry movements, though, for J-Muns. And what... See, like, the monkey comes out here. He spends 2 turns, boom, boom. And then he just scrambles back home to his baboon forest. Nothing got accomplished. This guy's just doing, like, laps. Like, he builds a recon over here. Okay. Double recon. Talkeye will be able to respond with a tank this turn, and he probably will. He's going for the property. I'm really liking Talkeye's position better. He's going for this contested property. The baboons are nowhere near this one over here. Honestly, just so much more intuitive what Talkeye is doing so far. That is not good, though. You do not want to be building a T-copter in the face of a recon. Maybe if there was no recon here, honestly, there's no reason to build a T-copter. I'm not even going to pretend. There's no reason to build a T-copter on this map. It's not good. You can reach everywhere with your infantry. I mean, maybe if you were to build a mech, okay, as Sammy, you can build a mech. Okay, we'll allow that. But there's a recon here. And it's going to reach your infantry in 2 more turns. You need a tank. Or you need to save up for a copter next turn. Really don't like that move. Okay. So that recon's going to get a free hit, basically. So far, they're making some boneheaded plays already. I mean, like, you learn from your mistakes, though, I guess. Really going towards the center. I would have loved to see if this go down here and get some pressure on this property over here. Try to capture it. Try to capture these properties. Really favoring the middle, though, and I think that's some fool's gold, like I said. The middle is not really a good place to fight. Fight for the contested properties. Part of Advanced Wars and getting better at it, locating the contestable and holdable properties and winning those battles that matter. Fighting in the middle over something that's never going to be flipped, really, is just a waste of time. So, not loving that. What is he going to do with that T-copter, though? Here's another thing. There is no support here. There is a free recon hit there. Honestly, even if you don't even knock it down low enough, it's still going to be recaptured in like 2 turns. I really dislike this move. Even if you capture this and it lasts for 2 turns, you're losing an infantry for it. I really dislike that. I like this, though. Going for the contested property before a copter comes out. Not bad. Okay. Don't know what this is going over here for. I would have put it here and built a mech. Okay. Yeah, I have no... I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're building 2 T-copters. I'm already starting to stress out. I need to start chewing on something for my stress. Oh boy. Okay. Recon gets a free hit. So... I thought Talkeye had a better opening, but now he's blowing it with the T-copters, honestly. Recon attacks. He's going to capture this property. Congratulations, but you're going to lose it instantaneously, so it's not worth it. A lot of guys in the middle. Thing about J-Muns, he's focusing way hard in the middle over this one property. You need to be focusing on this. He got it for free. And you're probably not going to be able to get that for free. So you got to be careful. Like this is going to die. He's going to start capturing. It just doesn't make sense. All right, what are these T-copters going to do? What? What? Huh? Okay. Okay, we built a copter over here, but he gave up. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, like I said, guaranteed cav that made no sense. Built an artillery in the middle, really focusing on the middle. I feel like not everyone. A lot of people by default think the middle is the best place to be because, oh, I can go to the side here, I can go to the side here. Really, you can't here. There's a bunch of mountains in the way. A little harder to front shift. Got to focus on the contestable properties, guys. I'm going to keep ramming that home. Focus on the contestable properties. Retreats the recon, builds another recon. Why didn't you build the anti-air from here, honestly? Anti-air here would make more sense. You can go to the side, you can go to the middle. Here you can only really go to the middle. So this copter can go over here, get some free hits before the anti-air can reach. Just choice of base to build anti-air here was just poor. J-Men's or Talk realizes that. He brings his copter to the side because of that. I have no idea what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on here. Spamming air units, though. I would have liked putting it here and plopping it there. Or plopping it in the forest so you can capture this next turn. Well, you can anyway, but like, it feels very passive. Usually when you have a T-copter, you want to plop them out at the end of the turn to give you some more maneuverability rather than keeping them inside. In case something changes, infantry can move into a different direction rather than being stuck inside the T-copter. And this is just what is going on here? Are we playing hokey pokey? Doing musical chairs? What is this duck duck goose bullshit going on over here? Go on the city like a normal person. Go on. What are you doing? What are you doing here? That's the most defensive thing I've seen so far. What in the hell did I just see there? So I don't even know who's winning. I mean, they're both making some weird mistakes. I don't like positioning by the baboons, but I don't like the unit choice by Talk guy. So, like, you're not gonna take that long term. I mean, cool, you have an artillery, but it's not gonna work out for you, buddy. See, and he has to build an anti-air here because he realized this one doesn't work at all. This just doesn't work. So now he has to build one over here anyway. He had to build two artilleries, or anti-airs, when one had done the deal. Just silly stuff. Free hit on the recon. There you go. Talk Guy is going to get these properties. It's looking pretty good for him. Okay, now I see sort of what you're trying to go for. I would have loved to see this go in the forest, though, so you can start capturing this property, and this can start capturing the port. I don't know why he's being very passive with that infantry. He's just letting J-Munch take that property for now. Honestly, it's fine. Monkey attacks. Not enough. Gonna capture the property. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, you're not getting this property. Come on, man. You're not getting that property. Come on, brother. Really would have loved to see an anti-air this turn, anticipating a copter. Typically, when you're going ape shit over here, expect a copter. So even before you see one, I would have built a copter or a anti-air rather than a tank. Would just been a lot better to be ahead of the game. Just a prophylactic, thinking ahead, being proactive in general is very helpful in Advanced Wars. Captures the port, kills one of the monkeys. Poor monkey. Free hit from a tank. I mean, it's such an easy reinforce too. Okay. Yeah, that's a free hit too. Not bad. Finding these free hits. Talk Guy's got a nice income advantage so far. Builds an anti-air a little later, but it's okay. Actually opts to attack the infantry on the bridge rather than this one capping. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Gonna go for this property, seemingly so. Monkey attacks over there. Okay, that's not so bad. Liking J-Mun's is positioning better now. Even though we overcommitted to the middle. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, if I'm perfectly honest. It looks pretty rough. But we'll see. Captures the property. So now Talk has a pretty sizable advantage in terms of income. Copter front shifts. I mean, it's going to get spanked, although he will still get a hit out. So boom and bang. Nice find by Talk Guy. Good job, Talk Guy. I would have loved to see this better positioned in the middle. but okay. Probably going to build a copter, no, but judging by why he's moving this T-copter. The thing is, he's not using these T-copters for mechs. I would have really loved to see them building mechs rather than this passive mech doing absolutely nothing on that mountain over there. We'd love to see some active mechs. Just as I said that, he builds 2 mechs. Okay, but let's get this T-copters involved. If there's no transportation support for the mechs, there's no T-copters, there's no APCs, they're not worth it 10 times out of 9. My brain's already dying from this game. Sorry, guys. But this copters are going to be trapped. I mean, where does it go from here? On this forest? And then where? And then you build an anti up there. You have an anti down there. Like, where's it going to go? I'm curious how he's going to save it. Now he's licking his wounds over here. His copter's having a field day because the anti-air was there a little too late. Didn't build it in advance like he should have. Kills the anti-air. Okay. Builds a cruiser. To guarantee this cap, essentially. I mean, they can attack from here. And it stops them from building on the... But you can't attack the airport. That's the thing. I don't like this. He has a lot of money, though. Oh my god, he's just building mechs all the time. But that seems a little over the top. I mean, it guarantees this cap, but like... you can't even attack the airport. Okay. I mean, it's bold. I'll give him that. He's about to lose this cap, though, unfortunately for him. He worked so hard for it. Now he's going to lose it. These mechs, though. For some reason, the T-copter's over here, not assisting the mechs, but instead assisting a random ass infantry in the corner of the map. I can't really comment on that. So the copter actually suicides itself. He's going to lose that copter, which is not a good look. Builds another copter, though. The tanks are coming in as well, so you have to be a little careful there. Captures the property. Taka has a huge income advantage now. It's about to get even bigger. It's only 4K, soon to be 5K. Especially with the victory march coming in sometime. If he can survive that long, though. He's being so passive with his mechs. Stop being so passive. You need to use these mechs, buddy. Ferry them onto the front lines where they can fight. They want to fight. Why are they on the mountains? Let them fight. Let the mechs fight. Oh my goodness, so passive. What? What is the thought process here? One was wonky enough, but why do you need two? What purpose does the second one serve? What purpose does that serve? Honestly, tell me, what purpose does another cruiser serve? One was like a very dumb move. Two is unexcusable. There is no excuse in the universe to build another cruiser here. Like, I'd rather you just build a carrier, you know, save up money and build a carrier and then airport lock rather than build a cruiser. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. He's about to lose his income advantage over here, too. Oofa. Oofa, oofa. And then Andy Power's coming in soon, too. And then half of his army is in freaking cruisers. Copters are coming in. They're like, why would I even bother fighting this crap over here? I can just steamroll him down over here because he spent 30,000 in cruisers over here. So why even fight over there? Fight over here. It's probably going to build another cruiser even though he left. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't. Okay. This seems like a random move. If you're going to lose that, he's going to hyper repair that back. So that makes 0 sense. Okay. I mean, he's getting close to an airport lock. Actually, he hasn't. Why did he build that copter? I don't quite understand that. He should not have built that copter. He's going to get one shot of the anti-air. Doesn't do it, though. Holding it for later, as opposed to do like a victory march on top of it, I would think. But here come the tankies. Here come the tankies and the freaky reeks and the copters. I mean, and then you just... It just lets that die. Just lets it die. Lets it die like a dog. Not using the power, though. Not using the superpower. Holding on to it with patience. He doesn't really need to rush it at all, honestly. He could take his time. Strangely enough, though, despite winning like everything, J-Munch is still behind on unit value because Hawkeye has just had a huge income lead. Though let's talk shop. I mean, 1/3 of his unit value is in these cruisers, but still. Going for the angle over here. I mean, there's gonna be 2 baboons hot on his tail, so that's not gonna work. Especially with this passivity over here. Like, move this over here so the copter doesn't get a free freaking hit. Like, that's just so passive. And bringing this one up, like, the positioning is bad. Just so bad. Builds a battleship over here. Okay, I don't know what's going on anymore. I mean, I shouldn't say anymore. I never knew what was going on. But why? What is with this cruiser battleship bullshit? Like, what? He's doing... Okay, let's talk of the positives. Hawkeye had a good opening with his infantry capture chain. I think he did a good job capturing. The T-copters didn't make any sense, but he did good capturing before that. Yeah, this is positives. Everything else is negative. Building mechs that are passive. Building anti-air from the wrong base. Oh, that was him. That was J-Mons, actually. Building cruisers for God knows what reasons. Building a battleship for God knows what reasons. Building anti-air too late. There's like a lot of things he can improve upon. He's about to lose this property as well. Maybe even this property, depending on how he uses his units and his superpower. But yeah, probably just this property. Man. Hyper upgrade. Boom. Bang. Blang. Gonna capture this prop? Okay. I mean, yeah, he's trying to stop the cap, but it's not gonna stop it, I wouldn't think. Or maybe it will. Who knows? Okay, that's a free hit. Honestly, I'd do these attack beforehand, so then you can heal off the little chip damage they do. Not terrible, though. This doesn't reach. There's a battleship, but who even cares? Yeah. J-Mons is just winning. So many useless units, but what does Hawkeye have in store? Victory March. Okay. Captures approach. 6k income lead. Oh, he's gonna have more. 8k income lead. Okay. He's still alive. I mean, he's got income. That's all he's got. I like this little mech. Okay, the mech kills the recon. Can he reach the artillery? He can. He can with the mech. The 4 HP mech can hit it. It's not going to do that much damage. Very passive at the top. He can't really do much. I mean, he'd probably prefer a battleship over here than over here. This really didn't do too much. And this copter's going to get a free hit on it. There's no copter. There's no anti-air to stop this. It's going to be a free 2 damage, basically. And it's 5,600 in funds done. Yeah, Hawkeye is just getting smashed here. Just smashed and bashed. But he's got a huge income lead. Huge income lead. What is he going to do now, though? He had his victory march. That was his trump card. That was his power spike. And despite that, he's still losing. So... kills 2 copters, though, just like that. Boom. Bang. J-Mons getting a little careless with his copters. Anti-air blocking over there. Stops the cap over there. Builds a battleship over here now. I spoke too soon. I was like, oh, it would be better here. I didn't want him to do it, honestly. I didn't want him to do it, but he built a battleship over there anyway. He's got 2 carriers, cruisers, and a battleship. All right. All right. I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know. But I mean, it's going to scare off the tanks probably. But he's just like, the unit count is just so bad. 1 damage there, kills off the T-copter. He's going to capture both these properties. Can't stop that. The unit count is just looking so bad for Hawkeye. But he has the battleships. I mean, and they got an AK income lead. And this is a live game, so if they get to day 30, whoever has the most properties wins. So ostensibly, Hawkeye can win by a property count. And he's going to get the airport. There's no way to stop this. Oh shit, he's going to get the airport. It's going to go from 8k to 10k. Wow. 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 Okay, but he's about to lose. Okay, he's losing these 2 properties, though. Losing so many. He's losing so many properties, too. And infantry. Things are just getting smashed. Oh, my God. Double cap over there. Still ahead 4k despite that. That's crazy to me. Battleship comes in, he gets airport locked over there, which is not a good sight to see. So you get both airports. Woohoo! But if you're airport locked on one, you only have one airport, so... Medium tank comes in, steamrolls the recon. But he's really hurting. He's only got infantry. He's got... Other than naval units, he's got one medium tank, one anti-air, 2 anti-airs, and a bunch of infantry. He has no other units that are vehicles other than those. Builds a neo tank, okay. But here comes an hyper upgrade. This is going to hurt a lot. Tank comes in. He's already base locked too. He's about to lose that base. Like, that's just embarrassing. How are you losing this base? Hopefully, J-Muns blocks this medium tank for just attacking that for free. Probably puts the tank right there. That'd be really nice. And honestly, I would have preferred to see the artillery stay there, so you have a nice double artillery block rather than putting in this useless position over there. It doesn't really make much sense. Yeah, but he's doing pretty fine. He still has the airport lock. I don't know about that APC though. That didn't really builds an APC, but like usually build an APC when you have like an infantry. Okay. But J-Muns is just massacring him in unit counts, 10 to 22. Can Hawkeye fight back with his battleship? And he just leaves the artillery open like that. Just leaves it open. Leaves his tank open for being smashed too. It's a bunch of free hits. Build an anti-air, please, for God's sake. Thank you. And then ends the turn really quickly. Okay, he just built a bunch of tech ups. I mean, he's got 50% lead in unit value, so that's not terrible. I don't know about that, though. That seems dicey. That seems dicey. Really going for the... Oh my... He's getting these properties! The unthinkable. He's getting those non-contestable properties just because he's smashing them so badly. But he's getting a little too complacent. He's like fighting in base range where there's like neo-tanks and stuff. So you got to be careful about that. I don't like this staying on there. You could have moved it off and built another anti-air. I don't know why he did that. Interesting, but he just has no unit count. 13 units, man. But he has a victory march, but when you have no infantry, what's the point, you know? But it's day 22. Whoever has the most properties after that wins. Hawkeye just needs to hold on to his income advantage for another 8 days, and he wins. You can do it, Hawkeye. Go, buddy. Go, buddy. Can he do it? Oh. Okay, there's a rockets here. I didn't even notice that. There's a rockets here for God knows what reason, I guess, to lock down these properties. But if you're behind on income, you don't want to have defensive units. You want to plow forward with strong units. Build a... Well, you can't build a bomber. How's he going to kill this? You can no longer build air units. How is he going to kill this battleship? I don't think he can. It's rough. It's rough. Oof. But I mean, if he lets this capture go through, it's going to be a tie. Can't allow that after all this work. After all this work, okay. I mean, he didn't even build infantry here? He built another battle... Bro. Bro! Okay, we're gonna have a tie in 7 days if nothing happens. Who will blink first? Boom. Bang. I think you get a victory march. You kill that. You get it. You win. I think this is Hawkeye's game to lose. And he builds a rocket. Okay. I mean, he's trying to hold down on this fort, I guess, but still. You need infantry, buddy. You need infantry to win and capture. But here comes the assault. The offensive rockets in the middle with artillery and a neo-tank. Oh my God, this is nutty. I've never seen this on this map before. Just bum rushing him straight down the middle of the map because there's so much wasted funds over here. So much wasted funds over here, just bum rushing down the middle. Can Hawkeye live for another few days? I don't know what the point of moving this cruiser is. Oh my God, don't tell me. Don't tell me you're going to build another naval unit here. Interesting. He can only capture one property with that victory march. I mean, it's enough to win, but still, okay. Okay. But here comes the attack. Neotank clumps in. He's about to get the base lock over. The monkey's going for the captures in the back. It's everyone's game to lose. No one's game to win, everyone's game to lose. Who is going to win this map? There is 5 days left. Boom. Bomber built. Rocket attacks. Rocket power, baby. Builds an infantry. This base is about to be destroyed. And the worst part is, this medium tank needs to attack this. The monkey's got the keys to the warehouse. The monkey's got the keys to the kingdom. Capture this, capture that, capture. There's nothing to stop the monkey. It's escape the zoo. No. Hawkeye. What are you doing? No. The monkey. Lost the base. Neotank comes in, attacks. Neotank comes in, attacks. Tank comes in, attacks the infantry. Rockets is right. We have a rocket lock on the base. There's a bomber staring down. This battleship reaches. This is nutty. 3 days, 4 days to go. Bomber comes in. Boom, kills off the Neotank. Boom, kills the Neotank. Oh, doesn't quite kill it. He really wants to kill that as Andy. He's capturing the property, though. He's going to lose this, but he's going to capture this. Hyper upgrade comes in. It's all or nothing now. Boom, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, boom, boom. No! He's not capturing. I can't capture because the artillery's there. There's 3 days left. There's 3 days left. Victory march. Last effort. Stop capping here. Capture this. Capture that. Yes. Yes, Hawkeye. You can do it. You can do it, buddy. You need to survive. Your HQ is in danger, though. Your HQ is in danger. Oh, no. Not the HQ, but it has the battleship lock. Oh, loses. Oh, oh, oh. The base. The copter. The base, double base locked. Monkey coming in. But there is the battleship. Is the battleship enough? Hawkeye resigns. Honestly, I think it was worth at least trying. I think it was honestly at least worth trying to stop that cap. They have 2 days. I mean, they're going to capture it and combine, but I would have built like a bomber here or something. Just flail around a little bit just to try. I don't know. I thought that was a little too early. But that was nutty. Went down to the wire. I had no idea what was going on the entirety of the time. Wow. I got emotionally invested in that, even though I didn't know what I was even looking at. And the game ends with 100 more unit value for J Munson Taka. That's funny. Wow. Well, if you guys were missing out on wild, nutty, lower level games, I hope you got your fix today, because that was nuts. Ooh, and it came down to the wire. Oh my God, it's 2 days. Doesn't even matter if you lose your base. Like, oof. Anyway, hope you guys learned something. Don't do what they did in a lot of these instances. Oh, let's talk about some good stuff. I like the capture chain for Teal. I like the unit composition for the monkeys. I like this base lock over there. I like noticing these over here and leaving, not fighting into the mess. Don't fight into the battleships. I like that. Just retreating from the area, focusing elsewhere, wins the middle, bum rushes, and wins. But anyway, there's too much stuff to talk about, and I would spend hours talking about it. But that was nothing nutty. Thank you both players for playing. They're getting better. I can tell you that these players will be strong if they keep playing. Anyway, give it some time. Anyway, hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.